Hi everyone, Connie Stewart with SimplySimpleStamping.com, and I'm here today for Stampin' Gals Gone Wild Wednesday freebie. I'm really excited to share with you a really fun Valentine. This is going to be a fun idea for you and your significant other, a great way to celebrate the Valentine this year. So I've got a beautiful little wine glass that is also a tea light and a little lampshade and of course a bottle of vino. So I'm going to share with you how to create this really great project. I know this one is very difficult to see on camera, and it's just basically a battery operated tea light. It's in a dollar store wine glass. I filled it with some glass marbles. That's absolutely optional. But you can see my little lampshade fits on top and my light shines through beautifully. It's really a great project. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to begin by using our gorgeous new printed vellum. This is the gold version. It comes in gold and silver, but I love the gold for Valentine's. And I'm using the one with the hearts on it because, hey, it's perfect for Valentine's. I have this vellum cut at 6 inches by 12 inches. And this is very important. When you cut this vellum, anything that has a pattern, make sure that the length, the pattern is going face up on the long, on the 12 inches. And that is because when you come in and bring in your template, we want to make sure that your pattern's not sideways or upside down. So just make sure that you've cut it so that the pattern is going the length of your vellum. So 6 by 12 vellum, I'm going to flip that over, and I do have my template already made. This will be available on SimplySimpleStamping.com and StampinJoe.com, so you guys can just print that out and cut it out. It's a simple template, no big thing. You're going to print that out, cut it out. I'm going to lay this on my vellum, and you notice my vellum is upside down and that the small scoop is at the top. Again, we don't want our hearts upside down, so make sure any type of pattern that you might have that the small scoop is at the top. That's going to be the top of my lampshade. We're going to trace this out and cut it out. When you're done cutting it out, be sure to save all these little scrappy ends because we're going to use those too. I'm going to get this cut. We'll be back in just a minute. Okay, I've got that all cut out, and I wanted you to see I actually cut off my not my score lines, my pencil marks. You want to make sure that's cut off so that it's not showing on your actual lampshade. So as I said, we're going to keep these. I'm going to set these off to the side because I can't waste anything. So we've got that all done, and let me show you how easy this is to put together. I'm just going to actually use SNAIL down the side of one end of the vellum. Vellum and SNAIL have a wonderful working relationship. They really go together nicely. We're just going to line these up, and I'm going to line it up at the top, and I realize I'm going to be a little short at the bottom, and that's no problem because we can just go and trim that. We can just trim that and kind of smooth that out right there. One of the things I thought was really fun was to just take some scrap of pink Pirouette cardstock, and I have set my heart punch down somewhere. I'm so sorry. I used the small heart punch. Forgive me, guys. Use the small heart punch, punch out some random hearts, and then I just used glue dots. I thought this was the best way to adhere these, and you can just kind of fill in and add those hearts all the way around just for a little extra something. Now, if this weren't for my husband, I would make it more girly because, you know, I just like anything with ruffle. You could come in and use some of that beautiful ruffled trim, and again, just adhere that with a little bit of SNAIL. It's going to hold just fine. You could add that there at the top, at the bottom as well, but I thought for my husband, we'll get it a little ruffle free. I think he'll appreciate that. Now, let me show you how I did this. Thanks for being mine. I used the Love You to the Moon stamp set. There's that Thanks for Being Mine, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this piece of scrap that I had, and I'm going to be using the Rose Red Classic ink on this. I'm going to ink that up, and I'm going to stamp it right across that piece of scrap. Now, on vellum, it's absolutely positively never going to dry, so I'm going to sprinkle it with some clear embossing powder, and I'll come in with my heat tool, and we're going to heat set that. And then what I did is I just trimmed it out, and I just kind of trimmed around it. 2 glue dots, held that in place perfectly. I still get those little gold hearts in there, and I kind of like that too. And guys, that is really all there is to it. So I'm going to put that on my lampshade, light my tea light, and let the romance begin. Now, romance is not complete with a little wine, don't you think? So let me share with you how we're going to create our wine bottle. Now, every wine bottle, of course, is going to be different. This is just a small bottle that I had, so let me show you how to do it with a great big bottle. So what you're going to do, we want to make sure we cover up the label. So I measured that, and it was about 3 3/4 is what I needed to cover that. For the most part, 11 inches will get you all the way around the bottle, so we want to make sure we can cover up that. At this point, we're going to come in with with one of our border punches. We're going to punch that out and make it look beautiful. All right, I came in with the scallop trim border punch just to make it look a little pretty. We're now going to come in and fill that in with some more of the vellum. Remember, we only use 6 by 12, so we do have an extra piece of 6 by 12 waiting for us. Now, again, measurements are going to depend on whatever this measurement is, but this one I did do at 3 3/4, so I'm going to cut that vellum down to 3 1/2 by 11. Forgive me, that should have been 3 1/4, not 3 1/2, so that fits nicely in there. Now we're going to do just a little bit of stamping right here in the middle, and I'm going to come back in with that thanks for being mine. And you know, you can just kind of have some fun with this. I'm just going to kind of randomly stamp it here and just kind of fill it in just a little bit, like so. And at this point, I'm going to add a little bit of SNAIL down this side so I can attach that vellum in place. And for this one, I'm going to go ahead and do it with SNAIL as well. If you are struggling, of course, it can all depend on the label that you might be dealing with, things like that. But if you need more than SNAIL, you know what? Both sides, Connie. It'll stick so much better if you do it on both sides. All right, I'm going to make sure my words are face up. And let me just bring this around. I'm going to come in with some of that scrap and that small heart punch, and look at these adorable little heart with the little gold in the middle. So you can do that. You've got lots of scrap to do that with. So you can have a lot of fun there. I'm just going to get a glue dot right there in the center, and we are going to doll that up so that it is so stinking cute. Now let's have a little more fun. I love washi tape, so much fun. And so we have this beautiful gold washi tape in our Celebrate the Everyday catalog. So we can have some fun with this too. And we can just decorate this oh so boring white topper and add it here at the bottom. And there we go. So now I have a great bottle of wine, a little mood lighting. What do you think? So kind of a fun idea for Valentine's. I hope you guys like that one. Hey, I appreciate you all tuning in to Stampin' Gals Gone Wild Wednesday freebie. I hope you enjoyed that one. Be sure to come back and check out all the great videos that Josee and I have waiting for you. One of the new things we've incorporated this year, place any $20 order on our online store, use the special hostess code for the month, and you're going to receive our exclusive videos for the month. We have 6 exclusive videos. These are not available on the website, but you can order just place that order and you're going to get that for free. Just our way of saying thank you for being a wild stamping gal. So be sure to check us out at stampinjoe.com if you're in Canada. If you're in the US, SimplySimpleStamping.com is the place to be. Hey guys, thanks so much for tuning in today. We appreciate you so much. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.